Yeah.
Bronny looks really good, P. He looks really good. He looks poised. He looks like he wasn't rattled by everything that was going around. He looked like he was used to the moment. He had a good session where he shot the ball well. And if I am a team, bro, I would actually take a chance on that because greatness runs through bro's veins, bro. And you got to know at some point he's gonna have a growth spurt, and it's gonna click. Bronny shows some of that same makeup. I'm not calling him young Kobe or none of that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that potential, when you see him go through the shooting drills, when you see him got the vertical, when you see him go in them athletics, and now you put him in the other lines of all the young kids being athletic. He does this, P. He has a better shot. Now it's just knowledge. Now it's just, he came off heart surgery. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Like, I ain't giving it no excuses to them, but I'm just being 100 with it. You feel me?
Right.
Man, bro, I saw it. I was watching it and I was like, man, if somebody got that early and was able to develop that, look at Anthony Simons. He wasn't polished when he first came in. He had great bones to where he could develop. And now look at it. He's behind CJ and Dame for all those years. He soaked that up. Anthony Simons can actually put that motherfucker in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, if you can take pieces like that and projects like that and build them and grow them, you can do the same thing with young fella, man. Bronny gonna be something, bro. He just gotta stay at it.
He looked good at the combine. He helped himself at the combine. He helped himself at the pro day.
Yep.
People needed to see the Bronny James they saw prior to USC, when he was a McDonald's All-America, when he was playing for the U.S. team in the Hoop Summit game. They're seeing that player again after the 5 months he had to spend away from basketball that I think derailed his USC season. And so he's determined to stay in this draft, and he's in it now. And so, he's got another month now to continue to make the case to teams about his candidacy to be an NBA player.
Well, they wanted to reserve judgment until they saw him. They did see he was listed as 6'1", and they did see he had a 40.5 vert. But I was like, what would you do right now before he goes and plays? What would you do? And they said, we wouldn't draft him. Both of them said they would not draft him. I said, okay, let me give him a couple days. Let's see what happens after they watch him play. Now, this is their take after watching him play. Scout 1. I still don't think he's ready, but he did some good things. He's on the smaller side, so he's going to have to be elite on defense. You can see he has good vision, makes right passes, takes good shots. He's probably going to need more time. If the Lakers don't draft him, I don't see anyone drafting him. Teams would want him on a two-way, and I don't think Clutch would want that. It gets a little tougher. The other scout I talked to, positional athlete, doesn't function as an elite athlete, tweener stuck between two positions. Should be a point guard based on his size, but he can't run an offense. He's handicapped as an undersized shooting guard because he can't shoot. 0-4 on threes on one day, 1 for 3 the other day. Needs screens to create space, and his only scoring came on paint touch floaters and can only go left. His strength is supposed to be defensively, but he's a switch matchup. Every bigger player who switched on him scored. He's a poor man's Davion Mitchell. He is not an NBA prospect, in my opinion. Not my words of 2 veteran NBA scouts.
Listen, I think Bronny has a chance to be a very, very solid guard in the NBA. He shoot the ball well. He defends well, athletic. Going to be able to pick up if he's a backup guard. Say he's a backup. Because everybody, this is the starter. The likelihood that you're a point guard and you're coming in as a starter, there's 30 starters. There's 60 to 80 backup and third point guards. So it's more likely that you're going to be a backup or a third point guard than you are a starter. Just surely off the numbers. So let's go back up because I know better than this guy's a starter. And I'm not saying that just for Bronny. I'm saying in general, it's hard to be a starting point guard in this league.
I believe that kid should go back to school and show that he has the skills and the resume that warrants him being an NBA draft pick. Because as of right now, that is not the case. Which means that if he gets drafted by an NBA team, it's going to be perceived that it happened because he's your son and you had spent years telling everybody you just want to play in the league with your son. And he's going to get crucified for it.
What do you think, Junior? What can he be?
You know what? The people he named, that's exactly where his game is right now, right? The Marcus Smarts, Eric, was it Eric Gordon?
Yeah.
Eric Gordon. That's the type of player he is right now on how he plays the game. But he did punch in a 40.5.
Yeah.
He do have a 6'7" wingspan. So he can be a little bit better than those guys. Right now, I like that he's in tune with his game. He doesn't have these expectations that the rest of the world have on
I'll be John Morant.
Yeah, I'm not John Morant. I'm not Westbrook. This is who I am, right? I hit quality shots, right? I take the right shot. I play the game the right way. You know, if I gotta, like what we complain about LeBron when he makes the right play, that's who Bronny is, right? That's the game LeBron fell in love with from his daddy, that I make the right play. If I only take 3 shots and we won by 30, that's what it was. So I've watched him in high school. I watched him in AAU, and he's had monster teams, and he gave them the ball. Right? Even though that's what I said, the kid has a 40.5-inch vertical. He can shoot lights out. He can pass. So he can be selfish and take 35 shots. He just doesn't like to play the game that way.
Right.
So his comparable of who he wants to be like and who his game is perfect. You can find that guy at 17 to early second round.
Yeah.
None in the league. Like I stand on all of my statements about when you're a college basketball player, you got to be one of those guys, dominate, you know, get that experience and knowing how it feels like to be one up on everybody that's in your position. I feel like he should do that, you know, being able to show your competition, at least your peers, that you are elite, you know, and then I think going into the league at this point right now, trying not to be behind his dad is going to put him at a discrepancy because he hasn't been dominant. Like if you, like Austin Rivers, like him coming into the league, he was dominant. Like he's dominant in college, he was dominant in high school. It was only up to him to show that he could be dominant in the NBA. So he didn't have no pressure up until he played for his dad. So like Bronny is like now he has to prove all these things while being in the NBA.
Prove what?
That he
I just want to acknowledge how impressive he was yesterday. You know, to go in that situation where you know how many eyes are on you. He's been the talk of the TV for the past couple of weeks. You know, he's gotten a lot of criticism from people. For him to go and shoot the ball the way he did, post the numbers, even his vertical, 40 inches. I knew he had bounce. I didn't know he could jump like that.
Right.
You know, he was impressive yesterday. So you got to give him credit first and foremost. But yeah, this is a guy who's played high-level basketball his entire life. He played at Sierra Canyon with pros. He's grew up around pros. His pops is one of the highest IQ basketball players of all time. You know, he played at USC. He was in the McDonald's game. He's played high-level basketball. So I don't think that it's a far-fetch for this guy to be able to find a roster spot. Might not play right away, but will go to the G League, develop a little bit more, and can be a guy that can play in the NBA. I have no doubt about
you know, where he see, you know, what his comp looks like to see, you know, him mention guys like Derek White, Drew Holiday, you know, a few other guys, Marcus Smart in our league, Davion Mitchell. These are guys who like come in and for a team that's trying to win championships, a team that wants to win every night. These are the players that you have to have on your team because it doesn't always show up in the box scores, but it always shows up in the winning plays. And, you know, for Bronny to have that perspective on where he stands today, you know, that's great. And I think that's great for any team to be able to have a 19-year-old kid.
Bronny James is projected as ranked 98th on the talent pool. He goes to the NBA Combine, Molly, and it drops 44 slots to 54. And the Lakers have the 55th pick in the second round. I mean, but really? It's like, really? You know, must you be? I mean, Molly, he didn't drop 38 slots. You understand? Like the 58 or something. And, 60, right? He didn't drop 50 slots to the 48 or something. Oh, no. Right around the number where the Lakers get the pick.
The first clip, I like the first clip of him guarding somebody. I think when you're in the situation that Bronny's in, it's not about scoring. Can you help a team win? And the way you're going to help a team win and you go into a situation is, can you guard? Can you guard multiple positions? We in Miami like to have Swiss Army knives, guys that can guard 1, 2, 3, maybe sometimes 4. So maybe he doesn't have the height right now, but he has the wingspan and he could possibly have the build. He needs a situation where he can come in and be developed. And I think if he's developed, he can be a huge piece to somebody at some point.
Oh, I just noticed the stat line. 23 minutes, 13 points. So that means that if he played in the NBA at about 32, 30, 31 minutes, he would have literally had 20 points. And that's exactly what I said he's going to be averaging when he's in the NBA. 15 to 20 points. You know what I'm saying? Solid field goals. You know what I'm saying? Multiple BS foul calls and stuff. Yo, tremendous amounts of improvement. And it's only day 2 of the combine. I don't know how many days of the combine usually lasts. But like I said, keep that same energy, bro. I also find it weird, too, bro. A lot of grown-ass niggas, bro, is, like, really hating on a, you know what I'm saying, a young adult, young kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he just had a health condition, bro, that literally almost cost him his, not even just career, but damn near his life. You know what I'm saying? And through the grace of God, he was able to survive that and still come back and play Division I basketball, not Division fucking 2, not D3, but the D1 level at a mainstream school at the University of Southern California, bro. All right? And on top of that is going to the NBA draft. Like, how can you be that miserable to hate on somebody like that,